Complete coverage of Tiger football continues on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
A record-setting day here today at Finley Stadium in the sunshine on homecoming day as Campbellsville wins over Pikeville 42-34. Head coach Perry Thomas steps in. Coach, congratulations. It was quite an afternoon today.
Yeah, it was another battle. I mean, and that's the way this league is. You have a battle every Saturday. Sometimes it's going to be high-scoring shootouts. Sometimes they're going to be low-scoring defensive battles, and today kind of in between. But it was fun, and we got the win, and that's the most important thing. Like I told the guys, a ugly win is better than a pretty loss. So we'll take the win.
So 4 straight wins for you this season, first time since the 2011 season for 4 straight wins, and also 4 straight homecoming wins marked today.
Well, that's huge, getting those 4 straight, because we go in division play now with a little momentum behind us, and hopefully we can continue to push that streak forward a little bit. And, and also, getting the homecoming victory is huge because you have so many alumnus back on campus from all walks of campus life. So they get to see, great atmosphere and great campus and get to see a great football game.
A 91-yard scoring drive to open the game, 6 minutes and 13 seconds on the drive, and it looked like you were in control there, up 7-0 very early. Yeah,
we felt good about our offense coming into the day. We thought we'd be able to run the ball on them and mix in the pass and move the ball. Our big question mark was going to be if we could hold them in the kicking game and not give up the big offensive plays on our defense.
Elijah Bell, a great return man, was held in check pretty well today.
Yeah, I thought we did an exceptional job on him. Coach Campbell had a good game plan, and sometimes we just avoided kicking to him. But he's a very good football player, and as there are other guys back there, and I thought we did a good job in the kicking game.
20-14 was the score at halftime as Pikeville led Campbellsville. You knew you were getting the ball in the second half. What was the talk like at halftime to start that second half?
Well, defensively, we wanted to come out and keep them scoreless. And, I think we went through most of the third quarter by keeping them off the scoreboard. And even though they scored late, it was still huge because it gave us a little comfort zone. And then offensively, we wanted to take that first drive and score down and score. We hadn't done that all season. And we wanted to get that going, not just for this game, but for the confidence in all the games coming up. And, that was huge for us.
28 unanswered points. You came from 20-14 down, up 42-20. Really in control heading into the fourth quarter, but again, I guess sometimes you can maybe get just a little relaxed.
Well, the thing is with them, they're like us, they're like Faulkner, they're like Lindsay and everyone else. They have some athletes. If you miss a tackle or two, they were running a simple little stretch offensive run play, and you get 1 or 2 people to miss a tackle, and then all of a sudden there's going to go 60 yards, and you got to play with your back against the wall. And that's basically what happened, and it happened for us on a couple of the touchdown passes we had, where one of their guys would make a mistake, and we would hit them big. So that's just the way this league is, and it's college football, and you just got to find a way to get the stop when you need it.
Some big games today. Fontez Hill, 9 hits. Stephon Tanga in on 8 or 9 tackles for you as well. Some big plays by Marquise Kane in the secondary.
Yeah, I thought, those guys stepped up real nice. And, sometimes people can look at the points and think he didn't play well on defense. But actually, these last 2 weeks, we played well on defense. Not as good as we want to, but we played against good offensive teams. And, we're not as good on defense as we were last year, and people get a little spoiled off of that, including myself. But, what we have to do is find ways to get those stops to give our offense, which is very good, opportunity to get out there and compete.
It was Jake Russell today breaking his own single-game record, 414 yards. He rang up 426 yards today. Big day for him, 4 touchdowns leading your offense.
Well, I'm not sure I realized he'd thrown that much, Sometimes I guess it becomes habit and you just don't pay attention to it as much. And, I thought he did a good job. He does an exceptional job of finding the open receivers. One time they out there, they had one of their corners or whatever didn't cover a receiver. And, we've had quarterbacks in the past that would have missed that. And Jake just checks the play, without telling anyone, throws it out there. We pick up a good 10, 15 yards. So, I thought he played well. He steps up in the pocket well. I thought our protection was pretty good for him. I think we had 1 or 2 sacks, 1 sack. And then our receivers, although they had some drops, they came up with some big catches down the field.
Now, Jake Russell, believe it or not, has gone over 2,000 yards passing this season, 5,000-plus yards in his career.
Imagine if he'd been here for 4 years, the yardage he would have. I mean, that's and we remind him of that all the time because we recruited him out of high school. But, he's a dandy. He does a good job. He's got receivers that find ways to get things done. And once again, the line play is better. And, having those running backs back there has helped because those guys are a lot better than they were last year. So we're able to sneak in there and get 5, 10, 15 yards there now and then. And, defenses have to respect that.
153 receptions for a career was the record coming in today, held by offensive coordinator Ricky Garris. That went by the wayside today. Jared Harrington with a handful of catches today, getting past that 153 mark. In fact, I think 154 was the 25-yard touchdown catch.
Yeah, he's done a great job since he's been here. He's a 4-year guy for us and has played since he was a freshman, and he's been all conference before, and he's having an exceptional year all-purpose wise, and touching the ball, kicking game, running the ball, and catching the ball. And it's nice to get him in that record book some more and get Ricky off that record book.
Could you describe the touchdown pass play from Jake Russell to Tyus Alcorn? It was almost like a circus catch, and then he did some miraculous things to get to the end zone. That was actually the game-winning touchdown for you today.
Well, the big thing about that was we were actually going to punt the ball. We were going to run that pooch kick we did with the quarterback, but we always try to get him off sides first. And when they jumped off sides, then we get a free play. And, he throws the ball down, and I think it pops off his hands, and then he catches it and pops it off his chest and catches it. They miss a tackle or two, and, we're thinking he's going to catch it for the first down, go out of bounds. And next thing you know, he's walking in the end zone, and we're celebrating.
54 yards worth. How tough was it for your defense today? You're looking for Sonny Warren to start the game. He didn't even suit up today. He was on the trip. And then you wind up with the backup quarterback, Roseman, and then wind up with the third-string quarterback. A lot of different faces for the quarterback for Pikeville today for your defense. Yeah,
and that's that's an issue sometimes because you prepare for a certain look, and then looks change with different quarterbacks, and all three of those quarterbacks are capable players. But also, I think what happens sometimes is your guys can flatten a little bit. So you look over and you see your starters not in, so you play a little flatter than you would last week. And then they come out and challenging you, so you start picking it up. But then you knock the two quarterback out, and all of a sudden you're back flatter again. So that's just a maturity thing that some of them guys have to learn to handle. So it's a difficult challenge. And I thought, Pikeville, I give them all the respect in the world. Coach Howell and his staff's doing a great job. Those guys, the old Pikevilles used to quit on you some. And, they don't do that. They compete till the end. They fight and they battle, and they're going to continue to get better.
Well, what's next, Coach? Your team is 4-2. You're on the road at Bethel, 1-0 in the Mid-South Conference West. What do you know about this Bethel team for next week?
Well, they're like all the other teams in the league. Their record isn't shiny and polished. They're kind of like Pikeville, but they've been in battles, and they have opportunities to beat you. I know they play really good defense, and they're a league game, which is the biggest thing. We shouldn't need any motivation to play anyone. We want that conference championship, and we got a taste of it last year winning it. So these guys need to come out next week as we get back in division and get ready to get a big win.
Well, Coach, we'll look for you next Saturday, and congratulations on the news for today, a win over Pikeville.
Thank you, sir.
Head Coach Barry Thomas and his Campbellsville Tigers winning over Pikeville 42-34. We'll talk.